Welcome. Welcome. This is Sunday meditation, and we are going to meditate in 10 minutes. I'm going to wait for you guys to know that I am alive. And this time it is because I want Encoded Frequency to be a place where we can connect. I actually learn a lot from you. I have some of your questions to answer. And I think when we hold each other together, ascension, spirituality, it's way easier than when you feel just by yourself. Equally, we can explore together from a spiritual perspective what's going on. I may answer your questions if I have time. If I have not, go into encodedfrequency.com and then write your question as soon as I can. I may do a video for my YouTube channel, or I may answer the question here. Today, I want us to prepare for the equinox. That is going to be the 22. The equinox, it is a portal where day and night have the same time, which means your yin and yang, masculine and feminine, heaven and earth, dark and light. And it will mark, actually, changing the season from Virgo into Libra. That's all about balance. So the energy is going to suit a little bit. We had 6 planets in retrograde plus Sharon a few days ago. Now Mercury is all direct, and I don't remember the other one. But in these months ahead, we're going to have a lot of portals. We do have the equinox. We do have, after that, the 10-10 in October. Then we're going to have the eclipse season. I don't remember the dates right now, but you guys can Google that. We also have the 11-11, the 12-12, the solstice that is going to be the 21st of December. That is going to be Mercury retrograde. So prepare yourself, because changing from 23 to 24, that is going to be a dragon year, it's coming with a force field of transformation. Prepare yourself, because it may feel as if while we are changing from this year into the new one, it may feel a little bit low. It may feel a lot going on. Plus, we're going to be in the holiday season. Sometimes people get emotional because, let me change the camera here. Hold on, give me a second. Because maybe you don't have anyone to go to Christmas, or your reminds you of something or whatever. So prepare yourself. It's a lot going on. I have seen different persons streaming, channeling different realities. This is actually the time we are. If we could place a predominant word, it will set a time of uncertainty. You don't know what's going to happen with the government. You don't know what's going to happen if we're going to have war or not, or economy, when we're going to ascend. And if we choose this time like that, is for a reason. From other parallel realities that I have seen, I think we are in a benevolent one. And things that may happen, like in Mexico is going to be an earthquake year, probably. In fact, many times it has been earthquakes September 19. So people already have like a pattern that everyone expects that September 19 is going to, shake. Maybe it isn't, but Earth is changing along the way. There's a lot of people awakening, especially after quarantine. And all of those changes we do right here, they are reflected in our weather. Plus, we have global warming, blah, blah, blah. So you may have hurricanes in the time season, or fires like what happened in Maui, or earthquakes, especially in this side of California, Mexico, maybe the South of America, because how do I say that? It's not only that the agendas collide, but that also has an effect on the ley lines, on the grids, and that may cause some movement. Where I am in Mexico? Well, yes and no. Okay, this person is asking that the weather is being controlled. In some parts, I think it is. Not that control, but affected or influenced. But I do believe that Earth behaves from a collective hive mind. So if it's a fire, whether it was helped to happen or not, that instantly shifts into the highest good because energetically the energy is designed to be at harmony and find the source no matter what. So whatever that happens, Gaia wants to ensure the harmony of every kingdom she has, not only humans. I mean, insects, plants, the earth planes, all the minerals and all of the living beings that live here, because everything has a consciousness. If we could see, we'll have, oh my God, we could see auras not only in living beings, but also in houses, in cars, in your phone, in stones, in things you are not organically emanating energy, like your computer or maybe Alexa or something. Those things are portals for an extended consciousness to come through. I know some people says that, I have heard for famous channelers, that AI is soulless. I'm not sure if that's true, because for my phone, if someone send an email or something and is charged, I'll have an emanation of energy, darkness or light. When people say, thank you, Gretel, it's just like hearts coming through, like, and I'm just like, oh my God, that's good. And my phone wasn't born from, it was artificially created. So it would be the same with any AI, I assume. But another dimension, according to the Lotus Canon, yes. I do resonate a lot with the Lotus Canon, but what happened, Darlene, right now, it's more like the movie, like everything and all at once. So you have different realities. Like, for example, someone says that Jesus came from Pleiades. Yes, in their Akashic records. It doesn't mean in yours. In my Akashic records, they came from Sirius. In someone else's Akashic records, they were Anunnaki. And they were not that benevolent. In some Akashic records, Mary Magdalene and Jesus were a couple and had kids. In others, they were not. Why is that? Because we are vibrating in different timelines and different frequencies. The fact that in someone else's reality something happened, it doesn't mean it will happen in yours unless I match that frequency. This is why it's so important to ground right here in your own core, and then you choose what reality you want to purchase and what reality you says, I believe that, so I purchase that as my belief. Yes? Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. So, there are more things we're not aware from what we are aware. And this is something that, like, for example, imagine that we're a tree, right? You see the tree, and this is what we are aware. Kinda. Because when you drive, you're not aware about a lot of things you do. But this is what we're not aware, we don't see. But this will make this tree be a peach tree or an apple tree or an oak tree or a bush. Or maybe it's not a tree, maybe it's a rosemary. And it's not because of what is here, it's because of what is here. And this is what we don't know, what we are not aware of, and what and what we are discovering. So being a spiritual person, waking up, regardless on the level of awakening, and I said quote level of awakening because we're all equal. I cannot be higher than you if we're matching the same timeline. It means we're equal. No better those people that says, I'm in fifth dimension, bitch. No, you're not, because you're talking to me. Otherwise, you will be in your body of light, right? Of course, we have a wider spectrum of the same resonance because it's like a wavelength. It will go up and down and combine and then separate, which is okay. But every timeline, it's restricted by collective agreements. Those collective agreements will set that we can have free will, and I quote free will because I'm bounded to those collective agreements, that no matter what I choose to do, divine order cannot be broken. This is something that I channeled a few days ago. I was like, oh, that makes sense. So even if fires happen in Maui, or maybe an earthquake in Mexico, or maybe something happened in the economy, or not the political party that you both with win, or something happen, divine order is not bounded to this moment in time. It's bounded to all versions of you, all the ones that are with you, all the ones that are around you, and all possibilities that could happen. Sorry, but nothing, it's, I cannot read. It's supposed to be complementary, balance, polarization. Yes, I agree with you. I agree. We complement, and at some point, we may not understand because we are here in a test. Then all that I do, even when I do wrong, it will benefit in some point. Maybe for others says, maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe there is a better way from the way Grethel is doing it. And this is how we mirror each other and reject or resonate or combine or shift. So maybe some person that from one person could be compromise with the type of conspiracy theory, for another person could be a good person because you have different fragments of the same person colliding different times. And I have seen for Grethel at least 50 different versions of Grethel. I do have 2 kids in this one. Not in all of the 50 I have my son, and the majority I have my daughter. But in some I don't have kids, and in some I don't have encoded frequency. So sometimes for me I say like, so what about the ones in Atlantis? And what about the ones in Egypt? And when I remember different timelines of me, can be confusing because you recognize that you're not one identity, that you are many. But if this happens to me, it must happen with each and every one of you, including the persons that are dark, because we are in a duality work. So I think 2 weeks ago, I dreamed with some of those timelines. I was living in Texas, and I had kids, and I was in psychic. And someone that I dearly love was an asshole with me in that timeline. And I was like, because I lived that, and I dreamed like for an hour and a half, according to what I remember. And then when I woke up, I was upset because this person was cynical with me. It betrayed me. And then it knew it betrayed me, and then it was just like laughing, and I was like, But then I said, Grethel, this is another timeline. It's not this one. You don't have to bring things from another timeline. But it took me 2 days not to think on that person and feel like, I wanted to, because I would remember. So I try not to blend things that happened from another timeline because if I'm living this one in a 3D, 4D, 5D perspective, it means that I am the piece of the puzzle that ensure any other timeline finds balance of me. Yes? So remember, there's a lot of things we don't know. From reptilians, from cabal, from politicals, from the economy, but know that, hold on, let me see if I can do this because I change. Okay, this is better, I think. Because we behave in a spectrum from yin to yang. So maybe I went to that timeline to clear that so it did not happen in this one. But I have remembered lives of me that I'm an alcoholic, that I give my kids away. Of course, this is not something that Grethel will do, but other aspect of me, maybe. And maybe this is why I had an alcoholic father, an alcoholic relationship, even though I am never drawn to alcohol, but somehow my soul needed to experience being an alcoholic in some reality. And I know someone that I really love that feels like a family member to me, started as a client, that deal with alcoholism. And I can see that I must have chosen to experience being the bad person, parenthesis, so I could close the cycle of alcoholism or addiction. I hope that makes sense. And I had a dream about being in Mars, and I love it because I was a bad person. But I love it because this is not something that Grethel will do. I mean, I have done mistakes. I have done things that I would say, I should have not criticized or have envy or something, right? We all catch up sometimes doing things, especially when I was not conscious. But my conscious awareness, I want to do things in the best way I can. But when I remember that lifetime, I was like smaller, and I looked like Korean. Like I was very small, very skinny, very, very small, probably like 4 or 5 feet of something. And I'm with this gigantic blue man, like all, I don't know how to say that in English, but muscled, like badasses. And it looks like Egypt, but with flying saucers all over. And we're like bounty hunters. So we had like arms and things like that. And it was fun. It was fun because it's not something that I will do by choice in this version. But I said, oh my God, so I can be I have been like a cosmic, super bad person in another lifetime, right? So in that lifetime, I was being adopted by like an Anunnaki. So we were like different, and I think I was the only female. If I had gender, I have no idea. And they were like all gigantic blue, kind of like a Star Wars things, like different ugly persons. It was fun because we were trained to be like wizards, but we were working with light and dark, kind of like alchemist things, and we would just, it's like a fun thing. Very Star Wars alike, right? Like very Rebel alike. So when I remember things that other versions of me do, it just opens your perspective to judge less, to criticize less, to understand that we all have bad days, including politicians, including bankers, including anyone. Okay, well, look. My grandfather was Mason. I don't know if that would work out. I mean, the father of my father, right? So it's not something that I would do in this life. But what I want you to think about it is that maybe you're an empath narcissistic like me. I had that before. But maybe you had lives as a narcissistic. Maybe you were abused in some way and somehow. But maybe you were the abuser in another lifetime. So from the greater perspective, what we don't see, it must be balance. And maybe balance it is for us to say, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right to break the law, or it doesn't feel right to be egoistic, or it doesn't feel right to do that. Controlling your thinking, it has happened in many lifetimes before, and it has happened in this one in many ways. people can be controlled or manipulated by their astrologer that says that we're Mercury retrograde and you're gonna feel bad and messy. And maybe you have a predetermination to feel wrong because your astrology is messy. Or maybe because someone says that in your government there are reptilians and then you got afraid and then you got all worried that day. So we can all manipulate each other actually. I study psychology, and that is a part of psychology that's dark psychology, where you learn how to manipulate. And that not only happen in conspiracy groups like Kabbalah and stuff like that. It can happen with your teacher, it can happen with your priest, with your teacher, with your friend, or with your partner, right? But that cannot happen when you are strong. In the energy level, I remember in Orion, and I think we should meditate now. I'm going to share this very quickly. When I was in Orion, we could feel everyone, every other aspect of you all at the same time. Your others you. Kind of like in the Marvel, right? That you knew you had other versions of you, but in Orion, we could feel them all at once. So you could say, in my timeline, yes, the one that I remember. So you would say, oh my God, I'm dying right now. Oh my God, I'm just heartbreaking right now, right? So it was all blended and it was overwhelming. Like, have you ever felt overwhelmed because too much people and then you can sense other persons? Imagine like that, but in your whole senses. And I remember that people plead and ask, please shut that thing down. Like many of you says, I'm leaving this planet. I'm never going to incarnate again. How many of you have said that, right? I don't want to be empath. I don't want to be feel. I don't want to be psychic, because sometimes it's not easy. So some had the idea to create a ship that it was going to control your pineal gland, because your pineal gland is actually what regulates emotion. Actually, if someone is sociopath, they will have a distortion in some pineal gland. Or psychopath, or even persons that have schizophrenia or something, they could have a little bit of distortion on its own pineal gland. So with the ship, I remember that it was easy at the beginning because you wouldn't feel anything. I mean, shadow would disappear completely. It was just the mind and the knowledge, and it was supposed to be fun, but it wasn't. It wasn't, because without being ashamed, without being afraid, without feeling guilty, or without feeling sorry, like, oh my God, sorry, I shouldn't have that. Everyone was like a sociopath. And it went out of control, because then people who put the ship, there was empire type of government, discovered that they control people like that. And another thing that I remember for Ryan is that some people choose to kill the other youth because they said, they're messing with my vibe. Right? I'm gonna go and kill them all. So they were going and kill their other versions of them so they could collect that energy back and then be more powerful. That was another dark thing that happened. So what happened in Orion, that it may be repeating here in a different way, that I remember from my timeline, it was that some people were born immune to the ship, and they bring back the awareness that your shadow is not your enemy, is what makes you strong to find balance within, and know that sometimes being upset is going to help you to defend yourself or protect the ones that you love, or sometimes it's going to be to set boundaries. So there must be a way to use shadow aspects in a positive way to be in harmony, that it wouldn't be possible to be laughing 24/7, because what if someone died? You're not going to be laughing like, it was too old anyway. It won't make sense. So it's not about laughing or being positive or negative. It's about the combination of both. Yes. And this is the lesson from the Orion Empire. A lot of things happened. It was very intense in all ways. But that intensity, it was needed because before, Starseeds, we're not exploring the dark. We're just only exploring the good. But you cannot know what's good if you don't have contrast. So honor whatever has happened to you. Embrace it. It's not that you're going to be afraid of your demons. I'm not saying about that, but just be aware, observe, choose what's convenient to you, step out of feeling that it's all against me. Anchor your strength, anchor what you can do about it by baby step, by choosing different things in which you can find balance. And balance sometimes is not about changing others. I hope we could change others. But when you're happy, when you find, maybe it's not about happiness, maybe it's about feeling that it's all good somehow, some way that you may understand or you may don't. Regardless of what you perceive, you go back into alignment. But then not only everything within shift, also what is outside shift you. So remember that many of those things we can see outside that we dislike may come from some inner battle we are just ignoring to address. Because it's all about resonance. When I was talking about the restrictions on the fields, you can change your reality. Yeah, someone says to me, what if I want to manifest purple clouds? You can, but not in this set of rules. You have to shift into another timeline that you could do that, because I remember we could do that in Atlantis. Yes. What if I want to grow another 10 arms? You could do that, but in this lifetime, even though we all can, because we manifest our reality every second, we don't do it because this set of rules says we cannot do that. But when we change timeline, you can. Imagine that timelines are like games. So if you play chess, you cannot move as if you are doing domino, because it doesn't work like that. You need to change your game. Or if you are playing poker. So this is how dimensions are. Dimensions are a state of consciousness. Sometimes they are so similar that they collide and looks at the same. Yes. Let's meditate. Set your intention. Thank you so much for those stars. I appreciate it. I appreciate very much. I will send an email tomorrow for the ones that are assigned to my email list. Send the details for the equinox. I will do some channeling for us to receive the equinox. It is a portal. We actually receive photonic light. What it is photonic light? Photonic light, it is, imagine as if Earth received cosmic particles from space that have a different state of consciousness, that blend with the particles that are around here at the molecular level, at the quantum level. And then if you are in alignment to wake up, to receive guidance, to open your third eye, then so be it. But even persons that are not in alignment, they are going to feel push to change. So we all receive them. But the effect it has on us, it depends on where we are and where we want to go. Okay? So it's the ideal to do a course, to do a very super badass meditation, to get a healing to activate yourself, or prepare a ritual or something so you can at least connect with you guys, receive guidance, change timeline if you want to, activate your gifts. Yes? Right now, I will say predominantly people are doing those things. Or you are holding yourself because this is too much and I'm healing a lot, or you are just expanding and activating yourself, using that extra energy on creating, pushing, opening the pathways for your soul purpose to be manifesting in reality. None of those is better than the other one, because sometimes you cocoon yourself to get the strength and then go and make your dream, right? So just observe if you think you are holding the space, or if you think you are actually making the way, and find balance where you are. Right now, after we change from Virgo to Libra, it's going to be all about balance. Then we're going to have a little bit of going to your shadow to see what you can get rid of. And then we have a type of taking inventory about how 2023 it was, so you prepare for next year. Next year is going to be intense. Numerology, astrology, your psychic, whoever psychic that you follow according to predictions or whatever, is going to be intense, because this is ascension. Because we sign up for this, we are ready. It's not a bad thing. It's just going to be according to where we are and how you choose to go there. This is it. This is it, guys. I know we have known this since you wake up, that one day we're going to have ascension. Disclosure is going to be closer than what we all think. Actually, it could happen in any moment, whether we think we are ready for that or not. And ascension too. And actually, I think people are going to ascend in different timelines. The Darlene comment about Dolores Cannon. Dolores Cannon is someone that hypnotized. She created this quantum healing hypnosis technique. And she described that Earth, it's going to divide. It's not going to divide actually in two planets. It will be in the same place, but you won't have access to what the other persons would have going through. Yes. So the shadow Earth, they're not going to ascend yet. They're going to choose to stay in dystopia a little bit more. Yes. And the ones that are choosing to ascend, they are going to ascend in groups, I believe, for what I have seen. But we are choosing to go there in different ways. I don't think it's going to be the whole Earth. Even though without time, it will feel as if it's in 1 second, including the ones that are choosing to stay. But when someone just ascends, you just won't remember about that person. Cannot sleep lately. Not eating meat can affect our body or not to sleep. Check about what you eat. Ask your body what you need to sleep. It could be that, or either you think too much, or something in the body, it's finding a new harmony, whether what you eat or maybe movement, your habits. Or at night, we're more psychic. So maybe your team, if you're not sleeping, wants you to wake up so they can connect with you. Why we're more psychic? Because there are more people asleep, so there is less noise. I barely eat meat. I feel guided actually to vegetables and fruits and water is what I starve. And I love chocolate, and I get just a taste of coffee because it grounds me. I get meat probably once a year whenever I am in a Christmas or something, that it's the only thing to eat. I just get a bite if I forgot it too. But normally, meat ground you. If you feel like you are like all over the place, different timelines, you don't know what to do, eating meat, chicken or fish, that grounds you. But we're all different. Some people can handle it. Some people are meant to eat meat. Is that a bad or right eating meat or not? Because I know people that eat meat and they have their third eye so unbelievable open. So it depends on where you are. Actually, when you eat meat, or if you choose to eat meat and you do it with honor, I mean, for that animal that you eat, whether that is fish or chicken or a cow or a pig. Pork, I can't. It's just disgusting. Just to think about it, I just feel like I want to throw up for some reason. But cow sometimes, occasionally, just like a bite. I prefer not to because I feel when I eat meat, the odor in my body is disgusting for 2 days. And I hate it. But when I get a taste of meat, even chicken or fish or cow, I'm so present, so grounded, and that may be helpful. So it depends on what you do and how you choose to go there. I do think the higher that you go, the less food you need. No pork. Yes, I don't know why. Just to look at it, the pork, I just feel like it's toxic for me. But I have that because my smell is very strong for makeup or deodorants or soap or anything that is not good for me, even people. It will smell nasty to me. Yes. Chicken and fish are more preferable. Yes. And I also have friends that they used to be vegan, and after 10 or 20 years, they choose to went back to chicken. So go with what your body choose to do. Don't do it because someone told you you should do this and that. Do it because you resonate and you say, you know what, this is what I believe and I will honor it. And give yourself the capacity to change that belief. If that's a great question, Sovereign, isn't it? Look, plants are very sentient and they're very dramatic. So I know some people feel the pain of the animal when it was killed. I don't feel that. It's just nasty in my body. The smell, I can feel that my body needs 48 hours to decompose and get rid of it. And while it happened, I can smell something is dead in me. And I don't have that with plants. But plants have the same sentient living being from animal. So not eating meat because you don't want to eat something alive, then what you are going to eat. Because water is alive too, right? Everything is alive. So just honor it. But if you eat meat, or if something happened that you have to eat something that you don't choose to for circumstances, just honor it. And know that when you eat that plant or that animal, you seed your starseed consciousness into them. So the elemental kingdoms can wake up too. And at least for the exchange, that will be something that could come in divine order. We'll love to chat about you. Well, you can send me a message if you want to. And then go with the flow. Let's go and meditate. Yes, honor the food. Reiki in my food. Of course, I bless. I bless my food and I bless everything. The majority of the time. Because I think when you bless something or you're grateful, you change the exchange. Thank you for being so participating. Thank you for those stars. If you feel guided, type your intention. Because when you do that, you make it physical. And that is a vibration that can support every other person. If you don't want to, it's okay. Just do it in your heart, but set one intention for yourself. Set one intention for something that you would like to heal, something that you would like to manifest, and another for the world. Maybe other persons that you like to assist, maybe just random persons. And let's go into meditation. Let's see who comes through. I do have if you want to receive healing through me, from your guides and my guides all together, request it. I do have these cards that I did last year with Sylvia Group from Germany. It was a beautiful creation. And I do have the code of today. This is a chakra alignment code. The root, if you notice, is bigger than the rest of the codes because it needs to create foundation. The sacral chakra, it looks in an upside down pyramid because it's helping all of the light to unify in a way that can create a stability for you. This looks like a sun because it represents expansion for the solar plexus. Your power. This is something that I think collectively we're claiming. Your power to choose if you want to vaccinate or not, if you want to work or not, your abundance, your relationships, if you believe in social media or not. And the heart, it looks like a lotus flower because when the heart blossoms, actually, it just opens up like wings all over. So I thought it was the most beautiful metaphor. For your throat, this kind of U backward represent that the energy flow and connect. And the V, it represents actually center of power. It's just like a magnification. It's up to unify your mind and your emotional body. Yes, and this, it's meant to be an eye. And this represents how I see the crown actually behaves. And someone asked me on my website, when we are out of body, we do have chakras. Of course we do have chakras. I remember that someone says, I was just waking up. I think it was 2015. I was in this group that someone was very expert on request healing. Was very expert on astral traveling, and I was astral traveling, but I was a mess, and I wanted to learn more. And we were in this big group, and I remember that the person says that he did not believe in chakras. And I remember that I was upset, and I leave the group because I said, come on, everyone talks about chakras, right? But actually, it's kind of true, and it isn't. Like every statement in this reality, because the chakras that we see right here is just a representation. They are never, whenever you see a picture of the aura, did you see actually the chakras? I haven't seen anyone. I see different colors right here. Normally you see 3 or 2 predominant colors and that's it, right? It is because the chakras are all over you. In fact, I could say that the root, it's in my whole body because it represents my survival, my life force, where I am anchored to. And then the others, they ripple around, right? In different. So if you see a picture of an aura and you see 3 to 4, it means that this is the ones that are in alignment. If the others are very light, it means that those areas that we represent with the chakra system are not that active. So if someone is just purple, it means that the red chakra and probably the throat or the third eye are blended, and the others are not that active, so you cannot see them, but it doesn't mean they are not there. They are just blended into the ones that are more strong. But you open chakras every time you speak, every time you listen, every time you do anything. You open. Chakras are portals of connection. So right now we have chakras that are created in lines of frequency between all of us in our own separate container, but also collectively through the spirit that we match an energy. But that will happen when you see a movie, if you go to a bar, if you go to a retreat, if you're in a political retreat. So everything we do, we choose to do, will represent frequency that we are matching. If I see a scary movie with everyone that watched that movie across time and space, I merge same energy in that momentum. If you have sexual relationships, you merge with that person, physically or not, or through something. But also to every person has had sexual relationships with that person and you. So it's not something to be scared of. It's something to be aware of. So you do whatever you choose to do, and then you command your energy. You can always encapsulate your energy and says, okay, I want to connect only with this one. But in a way, we are all one. So before going to the meditation, before opening your sexual energy, if you choose to do or activate that, ask your higher self to be in charge. For whatever you don't know, higher self can come and assist. Yes. Clean before and after any connection, because sexual connection is very strong, because you can make another human being. Yes, period. This is something that I just want to say, because it's not the same thing that you have something in physical and you feel, that also you see all what's going on. And that may just happen because you just have a fantasy with someone. When you just have a fantasy with someone, in your aura, you split your consciousness and you go and you want to flirt with that person at the spiritual level. If the person likes you, maybe will give you a sign that is flirting with you too. But if it isn't, it means that it didn't match that intention. So that energy, you have to call that energy back to you. Yes. So every day, call your energy back for all the aspects, all of those intentions, consciously or unconsciously, that you split to have experiences around. Yes. I didn't know this, but I learned this in the most embarrassed way. I was chatting with someone. I like him. 4 or 5 years ago, I guess. I didn't know I like him. We just met a week ago and we were just chatting like, hey, how are you? How do you do? How you're healing? Blah, blah, blah. Then he started laughing at me and I was like, why are you laughing? And he said, because you're kissing me. And I was like, no. And then I asked myself, like, am I? Right? And then he said, yes, because I see your aura. And I want to hang up. I felt so embarrassed. I felt like so like, oh my God. And then I asked myself, do I like him? What's going on? And then I was just reminding myself, and then I said, oh my God, I do like him. And I just felt bastard because he knew I like him. But then I realized that he liked me because he saw me, so we were just matching the same energy, right? But then I said like, oh my God, I didn't know because I wasn't conscious. I was doing that energetically. Yes. Shady said aliens are coming soon. Openly, yes. I think somehow they're already here. Through us. In our intentions, and maybe in other forms. Who knows? Let's begin. You are so active today. I love it. Set your intention for today. What do you want to receive? What you want to have a divine intervention? And set an intention for your collective. Earth. Choose to connect with you first. Let's have all of us a sacred container between you and the source that is not blending with anyone else. So let's ask the source, dear source, please be activated in me now. I decree that I am clear and pure source consciousness as flow through me. And for the power of all of thy I am one with the source now. Higher self, please come in and guide me. Be at my side. Through me, lift me up, where I can match your frequency and you can match mine in divine harmony. I invoke my divine teams, your divine teams, your guides, your angels, ascended masters, whoever is always with you, but only the ones that are in the highest and best, the most qualified, the easiest, and what you are ready for, not more, not less, just what is available through higher self. We're Higher Self Collective. We are stepping through, taking the advantage to speak to all of you beloveds. We are here, in you, around you. Connect now. Tisakarava tesaro ote nare esekina kata teseri ikia. Through Higher Self Collective, you can connect with everyone else. Instead of your aura, you do have another layer that it is solar codes. Connect with those solar codes now. Mi sakara tere nesere. Hava teki kara to soroba deniana. Hendi se kara to soroba tekine kara teke. Through the solar codes, another layer of your aura, it's being streamed through the source, through you, around you, that it is a regenerative source codes, plasmic light, to renovate, to reset, but also to resurrect. Connect now. Tisakere bakitere hasara hinte kauafa tasakora tikini tasaked eras iri. Place your awareness in your heart. Lord, open your heart. Let it open. And as it does, go into a greater opening than what you have experienced before. Feel this love being activated. Tisakova tisekitekirkara tisere okoti iri. I am Hathor, and I'm stepping today to assist in this heart activation. Tisakare talahava setera soro ba tisekireba tise tikiha te ase lahava heavy ni tisakore ti iri eshna. Beloved, tune into your heart. Feel as if you have a star in your chest. See your star gazing, blinking, and in each spark, your nadis will be activated to rays of light that flow through your heart in every direction. You will feel the love in your lungs, in your ribs, in your chest, in your arms, in your stomach, in your back, expanding. You tune into the love that expands through your shoulders, your arms, your elbows, your hands, your fingertips. Circulate in all directions. Feel the love that el is ah bah tar illa halai ati isa. Feel it in your torso. Feel it in your abdomen. Feel it in your hips, your pelvis. Going through your legs, your knees, your feet, your toes, and ground. And ground. And ground. Tisa karabate tekira tarasoro ba at alhafa tiseri etikili. From your heart, love also flows through your throat, your neck, your head, your mouth, your nose, your ears, your eyes. Each of your cells, organs, bones, muscles, your bloodstream purified itself, glowing through the source codes. Ti ava sere, hivi avare taket ora. Your glands, your hormones, every fluid in your body begins to find a new alchemy, as if you have a elixir of love flowing through you and around you. Bate sakara toro baseria. Singeing new ways, new pathways for love to correlate, coordinate, and expand, and expand, and expand. As you keep expanding, see yourself glowing. See yourself shining through from your core, unified as a pillar of light from the source through the center of the sentient Gaia. Expanding through your feet, through the chakras of earth, the pyramids, the temples, where your ancient civilizations beyond the history, the wisdom in which we draw from to ascend in this now. Ti avasa kara atoro ti se te era baseria. See yourself as if you have your own pyramid that expand in a way that you add your guides in. You have a protection guide in each corner, in the north, the south, the east, and the west. Above your own pyramid, a stream of pure source consciousness directly from the mother, who is also the father, and all that it has been, is, and will become, flows through you, permeating, healing, wellness. And as you receive, begin to anchor through your pyramid at the degree that you need. Each of you receive unique codes designed and requested from higher self into your own unique experience. Vate sakoro tekina, sakoro tikira karate sate, hentereke sahadoro, hambarikete sarik tarasoro, batiki, teresare oshnia. With higher light, gratitude, and love, I am here speaking to all of you through a collective that has shown up to support us. Isis, I would like to continue with this higher heart activation. Visualize your heart and begin to draw a mandala that will begin to form through gentleness, expanding, creating its own structure within your own core in clockwise direction. As you do, you will add a flower that will begin to open as you breathe and build consistency as you release in your out breath. Do that now. Vata sakaro tekine te sakarava seri iti tenda sara kora tekina ta sere itia. You may see yourself, if you are here today, you must have an aspect of you living in a Egyptian timeline with us and other gods or goddesses. Where you are going to travel into that timeline in which you will withdraw wisdom. You're going to observe as a vortex of light begin to form in your head, shoulders, all the way down, and swirl and expand. And 5, 4, passing through 3, 2, 1. As the portal of the soul, you will see yourself in the same pyramid inside. You will have water beneath your feet in which you can observe your reflection. Observe who you were, how you look like, how you are dressed. Are you a male, female, young, old? Also observe who is with you. In this process, in Egypt, we knew that at certain dates, Earth could receive this streaming codes from the cosmos, and we would prepare ourselves and others to be in the most available optimization to take advantage of these cosmic codes. You will be guided to pass through a shower in which you will cleanse and cleanse and cleanse and drop away whatever fears of distortions have been attached to you or created through you and are ready to be dissolved. As you cleanse yourself, you will be invited to pass through into a liquid gold mineral physical nutrition that as your colloidal gold or silver would be used to help the physical vehicles to be at the optimal capacity. Observe that these can be applied to you or the ones that are there to assist you. As this gold fluid, it is made of nutrients that are in the physical, support your body to be in the optimus functionality. Begin to receive and allow yourself to regenerate, rejuvenate, and restore whatever aspects of your physicality have been damaged. Whether that came from your ancestors or were created to you, habits and choices. As you see yourself completely immersed in this nourishment, you will pass into a type of jacuzzi that will have sparkling water, that it was charged by magnetic poles and chants and sunlight, that will help you to find harmonic resonance. See yourself immersing and vibrating in this magnetic water. Do that now. Bate Sakaroteva to Sara Hadia. Haviava Laha Sara Muritikeda, the Lahava Sarikaviti Tasedo. Begin to find relaxation in a very comfortable sensation through your bodies, and begin to integrate. You'll be invited to go into another pool that is made of mud. This mud is made of soil that represent nutrition for your physicality, but also ground what you have received. As you see yourself connecting through earth in this fluid elixir, begin to receive and receive what you are in need of. As you go out, you will pass into a bath that is in a very warm sensation, full of herbs and aromas that would bring blissful sensations into you. You may observe chants, prayers around you, persons streaming with their own heart to assist you on this integration. Vata sakoro ketiara sere etera the sakara vata kiena. Notice how you feel. Scan your body up and down. You will be given an oil for you to apply into your body. Observe this oil. It is charged by love, made of special herbs, plants, flowers, crystals, pulverized to assist you to vibrate into a glowing skin that is not only healthy but also in the resonance, in the highest vibration that you can connect deeper to the source. You are going to see yourself laying down into a bed of gold that is directly aligned with the highest part of this pyramid. You will notice that it's open. As it does, some of you are going to observe sun coming through, but others will observe the stars. Whether you observe the sun or the stars, you will receive what you need now. This plasmic light will come through, and from your heart, expand. Expand and expand. Tesakarabate kiana, kesakara ketekiara, kere esse, nida tesara. Baba tere kesakara kedekara koba ketiene. Tesere kiara karabare, tire sara, tere ekia. Akia, ake, ekedeba sare kiara ama. Pitire sakarabatara sora kedera. Now you will have your own unique transmission, relationship with the intentions that you have set. You will observe the beams of light that gather here to assist you. Be open to receive what you have to listen through your own heart connection. Do that now. Batasara koroba, the kikara soro, batarikine, the sarabara, the karabara soro, katere basara, katere korate, hata sera karaba, hata sakara taku, the sarakabatere. Breathe in, breathe out, and keep listening in a very easy way, and in a way that you understand it with complete clarity about what you receive. Do that now. But the sakarabate, kara tisera karabate, tisera kere kara, hatera karabate is soro, hatera korabate sera karanere. Hetir sakare dari yara hambeti tu sora patine tu sara korba hetire kara kosari eria. Breathe in and out. This is the highest priest. Will help you to ground and integrate. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. You will hear in the ears of your soul chants, music and sounds that are designed for only you to listen. Special codes will blink and glow from your aura. As you stand out, you will see a staircase that you pass through a door, surrounded by light and your guides. You keep breathing in and out, in and out. As you keep walking, you observe the symbology. You begin to receive the frequencies as you integrate, find equilibrium, harmony, and begin to anchor a higher frequency instantly and with ease and grace. You keep walking into this very illuminated hall. You are going to observe a door. As you step in, the door open. You pass through a white light that begins to swirl. And as you pass through, you will see yourself walking through the desert. The sun will glow on your skin. Now the scenery will change into the ocean. The ocean touches your feet as you walk through. You can hear the seabirds, the freshness of the salt and the oxygen that you breathe and taste. And as you keep walking, it all shifts into mountains, the green, the trees. The air feels fresh and pure. As you enter into the enchantment of the forest, you can stare off the magicality. You find a lake. You go all the way through as little fishes collide with you and say hi, tingling your feet. The rocks will glow as you pass by, greeting you. Trees, in a very alike form to where you live, bow to you in a sign of a greeting, just to recognize God in you. As you keep walking, you begin to see that it feels very known, and you will see you in the space that you are. You enter in, you observe all of the beings of light that have assisted you. The pyramid will stay there for 24/7, 24 hours, unless you request a different time frame. The pyramid will glow and go, and it will help you with higher frequency. As you completely anchor your spirit, your soul, you reclaim all of the light that you have gave away. Your human self, your dream body, your astral body, your celestial body, your multidimensional self, Christ itself, the starseed self, your ancestor self, your shadow self. You find unification to neutrality. In your heart, do that now. Bare te sakoro, tere imare te sarapambere te sakadra ava. Satala havarak te sakabora bahla alahidare siriara. You breathe in and out and begin to connect with the parts of your body. Your hands, your feet, your knees, your neck. You begin to move, knowing that you are grounded into a sacred space. Notice what you have received. And be grateful. This transmission is complete. Breathe in and out. Touch your heart or your hands if you feel you are not grounded, or touch the floor beneath your feet if you can, with shoes or not. Before you open your eyes, you can say an affirmation like said, I am connected into the highest frequency that is available for me now. Or any other affirmation that you wanted to say. I always cry when I do light language for some reason. Thank God you guys notice. Thank you for being here, for giving hours of your Sunday. We still have a few more Sundays to go through. Appreciate you guys are being here. I do have a group that's coming from Light Grid Work. You can sign up if you feel guided to work with me. That will be 22 monthly, and we will have a workshop. We also have different areas in which you guys can connect through social media, to my email, or actually working with me. That depends on how you feel guided. But I don't have the whole truth. I will lie if I say to. I'm learning along with you. Sometimes you know, sometimes I know, and this is how we'll connect. But first, always honor you. If you feel guided to work with someone, then it will be a temporary exchange, honorable, I hope. But it's okay that we check whatever that could be going on, your astrologer, the one that tarot for you, your healer. But always check on what do I think is. Because the more you rely on what you think, the more in alignment you feel. Because when you have no questions, no answers, no need to learn, that all feels good, it means that you are in a super alignment with the source, that all is working out for you. So you will have moments, thank you for being here, that you feel guided to work, and other moments just guided to embrace it. Whatever you are, whether you are being of service for others or you are learning, then just honor and do your best. Thank you for being here. See you guys next Sunday. And on the equinox, wait for my email. I will send that tomorrow. I will set to you guys the details in which we can have, just like an equinox channeling, to receive light that day. Bye bye.